Customization, transparency, profit. The HedgeBetter sports betting platform is a revolutionary concept that creates a competitive advantage for every party involved in the sports betting process. We are putting the odds in your hands, cutting out the middleman, and empowering a future generation of sports bettors. Look for the HedgeBetter sports betting platform coming in 2023. In the meantime, visit us at www.hedgebetter.com, follow us on Instagram at HedgeBetter, and subscribe to the HedgeBetter YouTube channel.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to episode 2 of season 2, episode 2 of the Mass Appeal podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mark Lewis and Jay Fine.
What up?
What's going on, guys? This week's episode, guys, very exciting. We have 2 sponsors. We got sponsors on the pod. Sponsors on the pod.
Love to hear it.
Right, our first sponsor is Uplift Provisions Company. Have you seen them in barbershops, Jay Fine?
I have definitely seen
They got
them
like the
around,
turquoise like logo.
Yeah.
Says Uplift with the gold trim.
Yeah,
You've probably seen them everywhere, right?
Very flashy.
Uplift, a brand built by overcoming life's greatest difficulties. Uplift Provisions Company wants to help you overcome anything, and we believe you should look like a badass while doing it. Find your inner artist and create the best version of yourself using our unique line of hairstyling products. Regain the confidence to go after the things you've been wanting to conquer. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to uplift. So it's got kind of a double meaning.
Yeah.
I didn't like put 2 and 2 together on that. As a company, we feel it's very important to give back. This means they donate time and money to helping others. Uplift is in our company name, and that's what they do. They plan and try to do. Uplift is a big part of Uplift, actually, guys, is that they donate a portion of all sales to the Family Restored, a nonprofit that helps families and individuals suffering from addiction. And you can look more into that at thefamilyrestored.org.
Nice.
Some of their products, I know he gave me the shave gel. Rocco, by the way, Rocco Daniele, the guy that started Uplift, great kid. He gave me the shave gel, Jay Fine, and it's like a 3-in-1. It's like a skin moisturizer also, but it like softens your facial hair a little bit.
There you go.
It's like great shit.
That's awesome.
Great shit. He's got 2 different types of pomade that he gave me and a hair and body wash. And you can tell the hair and body wash just feels different because it's like thick. You don't need as much.
Yeah.
It's like good, hardy
Good quality,
shit.
yeah.
Once you use that stuff, dude, like stuff like Uplift, you'll stop shopping in CVS for shampoos and shit like that. I promise, dude. It's like you just feel that it tastes. Sorry, that it
probably
feels
tastes
different.
good too. Who
probably
knows?
Tastes good too. Yeah. The other best part about Uplift, to throw this on the end of the ad read, Rocco, I know you'll love me for this. All of their shit is hypoallergenic.
Oh, someone with allergies, I love that.
So it's sensitive for people with like eczema and shit like that.
Perfect.
I mean, now we got to get you a thing. Now you got to get a thing from Uplift, Jay.
I need some Uplift.
You need some Uplift in that hair today.
I do,
If there's a hard cam on you, thank God
there's no cam. So I didn't
This
get
might be the worst I've ever seen you look.
So to be honest, like I didn't get to do my normal morning routine. Like my normal routine is
or your last night routine or
my
the day before that, there's a lot going on here.
It's been super busy. Like this morning, like I would have normally like gone to the gym, showered, eaten, like come all put together.
Yeah, you got hit by a frying pan.
Yeah. I feel like it. But that's why we got the cam on you today.
Yeah, that's fucking exactly. That's I mean, but you're here, and that's really all that matters. Okay,
you just gotta show up.
Our second sponsor is, in my opinion, a top 5 sports bar in the state.
All right.
And that is Sideline Sports Bar in Salem, open 365 days a year.
Really?
Along with a full kitchen menu until 12:30 a.m. every single night. Catch all the action over 40 HD TVs inside or outside. They have like a patio now with fire pits and a tent in the back with a heating system out there. They got games out there.
That's
it's
money.
Insane. In the 90-foot tent or covered patio with fire pits, there's no better place to have a few drinks and enjoy the game. Follow them at Sideline Salem. Also, let me tell you something right now about Sidelines in Salem.
Yeah.
They have probably the best put together of menu of any sports bar that I've seen.
You know what?
The wing flavors are incredible, dude. The appetizer selection's great. The entrees are perfectly done. It's like, and like if you're for the gamblers, they got a whole section of TVs in the back that's just showing updated lines, odds of everything, constantly rotating.
You gotta love that. And I gotta say, one of my biggest problems with sports bars is typically their menu. So I'm glad to hear that.
This place, he's got great. He's got, in my opinion, he's got my favorite wings.
There you go.
It's my favorite wings in the state right now. No, I haven't been to Buff's Pub in Newton yet. Haven't been to Sparky's in Haverhill since high school, so we have some wing joints we have to try. But Sidelines in Salem, the definition of top tier. And I want to thank both of our sponsors for coming aboard on the pod this week.
Appreciate y'all.
That's awesome. What happened with you this week? Anything interesting?
No, nothing. Nothing
Do a
too
quick little
crazy.
check in here, I guess. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. No, nothing too crazy. Didn't really do much. No, it was a pretty low key weekend. I caught up with an old friend, went
Nice.
down, saw him and his family, his baby.
Nice.
Yeah, and then just worked, man. Yeah,
Just
what about you?
grinding still.
Yeah,
Back to the grindstone now.
back to the grind. Exactly. What about
Right.
you?
I this week, I mean, I was sick a little bit these first 2 days, like I told you.
Yeah.
St. Agrippina Feast.
Okay.
Awesome
Yeah.
this week. Really great way to start the feast season.
Nice.
I really felt the love, dude. I probably got stopped like a couple of times. You know what I mean? Like I would say like 4, 5, 6.
Was that with a police officer?
Yeah, that
stopped
one
you?
guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like really cool. Like I'm starting to feel like the love in public, which is like the coolest feeling ever. Very humbling. You know what I mean?
Nice. Nice.
So that was really, really nice. Just an overall like chill ass, cool, fun, like vibey weekend.
Yeah.
They got a lot more stuff down the feast than they used to when I was a kid, dude. They have like a mini roof deck bar thing now.
Huh.
But it's like a portable one.
Portable.
It's in like a trolley cart almost, like a double decker
okay.
trolley cart.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick,
Yeah.
just for like, I can't like see you. This is like right in the way of your face.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
moving this out of the way
Perfect.
for a second, sorry.
Perfect.
It's like weird. I'm trying to look at you through that thing,
Yeah.
and it's fucking my whole thing up. Agrippina put on a great weekend. They did awesome. I can't wait for Kava this weekend. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's just a great. Feast season's awesome, man.
Yeah.
If you know how to do it, and especially like my dad's whole side of the family are all North End people. So
Right.
like this is all people he grew up with. It's all people I've known that are basically family to me my entire life.
Yeah,
Friends,
yeah,
all this
yeah.
stuff. And like, dude, I don't even have to call people when I go in. You just walk or you just show up and like everyone's there and you're like, okay,
Right.
this is awesome.
Right.
Super minimal effort required to be put in. Like it's just awesome, man. I just love it. Stomach bug kind of freaked me out a little bit this week though, or whatever I've been
You
dealing with
got
last
you
2
get a
days.
stomach bug?
Well, that's what I think I had. I think I had like
You
a
think you got it from the
neurovirus.
feast?
No, I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea.
Hmm.
I had the symptoms of neurovirus though, which is the stomach bug.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like pains in the upper stomach come and go. I had body aches for a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
Advil took ibuprofen took the edge off. Headache.
Yeah.
So it was like weird. I didn't know if I had COVID or whatever the fuck I had. I don't even know. But like I said, for those of you that don't know listening, I got the worst health anxiety on planet Earth. I'm looking up like pancreatic cancer symptoms. I'm freaking the fuck out. It's just like hard cam was off center the entire time, guys. Sorry,
No,
I
not the
can't
entire.
clip any of it.
When you move the thing, it pulled
Did
the
it really?
Yeah, but that's
Okay,
so yeah,
that's
we
fine. No,
we
no,
just
we're
fixed
good.
it. Yeah.
I wouldn't care. Either way. So yeah, man, I have the worst like health anxiety possible. I know there's a lot of other people out there with the same shit. You should always expect the worst. You always think that this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the thing that's gonna finally get you. You know what I mean? And it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like this comes in waves, man. Like it goes dead for a couple of months, and then it rears
I
its
know.
ugly head up out of nowhere with something new. That's the worst part. People don't realize about anxiety, dude. Not that I want to make this big like mental health talk thing, because I'm whatever. I think there's a lot of conversation around it already. People don't realize that like I've had anxiety probably like crippling effect since I was probably 4 or 5 years old. Like as a child up to right now at 30, right?
Yeah.
People don't realize, and I didn't realize till later in life, how anxiety, you don't realize the laundry list of things that anxiety can cause you.
Yeah.
Because why? Dude, it manipulates your nervous system. It can not even in theory, it can affect anything that your nervous system touches and helps operate.
Yeah.
That's your eyesight. That's you speaking, thinking, cognitive function, your fucking digestive tract, your breathing, your fine motor skills. You know what I'm saying? Like
All that shit,
anything,
all that shit.
right? And the only thing anxiety can't fucking affect is this, because there's like no nerve ending in your ear, like your fucking earlobe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's it. Everything else is fair game, dude. You know what I mean? And it's a scary thing when you think about it. The other thing is like that I've learned to realize with this health shit, stress will kill you before just about anything else does. Like people need to realize, dude, stress will fucking kill you.
Stress.
Stress will legitimately kill you. Like
Yeah.
it actually will. Just
I mean, look, I've always kind of operated on the basis that like the diet and exercise, like I know it sounds cliche, but like that really
everything.
is that it's everything, man.
Everything.
Like, cause that that right there, like that leads to like that's a natural stress like reliever, right?
Buddy, I
Like,
cannot function
yeah,
at this point without like running in the morning.
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
need
do
it. It's that rush of like
Yeah.
dopamine. That's literally how that's why you said I look so disheveled. Because I start every day like with some sort of work or like get my endorphins going. And I didn't do that today, so I'm just sitting there.
You
like,
have to.
bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, like on mornings where like I'm a little bit sluggish and like I don't want to, you might not want to, how do you call it? Eventually you get to the point where you're like, I feel even worse if I don't go.
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
yeah.
let me just go and get this out of the way. It's 45
Right.
minutes.
Right.
That's it. And it sets the tone for the rest of your day.
It does. You don't have to go super hard every day.
No,
but you do
dude,
have.
I probably run like a high resistance, like I'm on an elliptical. I run high resistance cardio for like 2.7-8 miles, which is a lot.
Right.
I probably burn like 450 to 550 calories. I keep my diet in check. Like, it's cool. I haven't gone
Yeah.
on a big weight cut yet, but I feel like I'm recompositioning my body right now. I'm cutting fat off, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really can't function almost at this point. More than one day without working out, can't do it.
For sure. The other thing I'll say too, like, not to go off on a tangent, is like so many people, and like I'm one of them, like you have like sensitivities or like low level like food allergies, right? Things that like a lot of people don't
You put me
realize.
onto that. I never even like
Dude,
considered that
I'm
it was a
telling
thing.
you, man, like, and it affects everything from like your energy, your mood, like your mental health, like your stomach, like everything, right? And like your sleep, like.
Yeah.
And I had a ton of shit that growing up and like when I was younger, like until I figured out my diet, I didn't even realize it was like negatively affecting me. And like over the last like 5-6 years, like since I've like really figured out like what works for me and like what doesn't, like you can feel like a complete fucking difference. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't believe how many things people like have like health problems with that they just chalk up to like being like,
Buddy, if I eat regular Chinese food today,
yeah,
I'd probably feel like shit for the next 2 days.
yeah,
Like 2-3 days. That's not an
Right.
exaggeration. It'll significantly affect my quality of life for like 2 or 3 days after that.
right. No, but I'm saying beyond that. Like there was a time like that I thought I had IBS, right? And like I was like going through like the test for like all that shit, and like I was like seeing like a specialist about like what the fuck was going on with my stomach, because like there was like a period in my life where like I couldn't like eat or drink or like go a day without having like a bad like fucking stomach episode, and I thought there was something wrong with me, and it was just I was just continuously eating something or multiple things.
What was it for you? What are you sensitive to?
So I'm sensitive to like different like weird shit, like different like spices. So
Yeah.
like things like fucking like paprika. That's like a random weird one
That
that
is
like
random as
it's
fuck,
super
yeah.
random, but it fucks me up, right? And it's
That's
in
in Cajun spices, right?
it's in a lot of shit. It's
Mhm.
in a lot of shit. Like things like fucking like something random. I don't know, like oats. Like that's something random.
That
right? If I had
is
some-
random as fuck.
right,
And a lot
but-
of people say eat oats because
Right.
they're fucking
right.
good for you. And
So it's
stuff.
shit like that, and like it's shit that when I went and got tested, like I had like low level like sensitivities or allergies to, and it's stuff that like it's not gonna like send you into anaphylactic shock, but like it's stuff your body will notice the effects of.
But it'll
like,
fucking kick the shit out of you.
yeah, but you wouldn't believe how many people have that
Oh,
stuff,
right.
but because it doesn't fucking make their throat close, they're not aware that like
right, they break
it
out in hives or
exists,
some
right,
shit. Yeah, right,
right.
exactly. That's fucked, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked. What as far as locally goes, we'll transition a little bit here. Actually, you know what? We'll save the local stuff for the end. Some sports news this week. What is your opinion on Brittany Griner? Let's go with Brittany Griner really quick.
So I think it's all. I mean, it's all like a political ploy, right? But like politics aside, I think that like I feel bad for her. Like I understand what Joe Rogan said, and I totally understand that aspect of it. That doesn't like the fact that there's people in American prisons that are rotting away for weed. That's awful. It doesn't change the fact that Brittany Griner still shouldn't be in a Russian prison for 9 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so like it's mutually like I get it. We should put more attention on the people at home, but I still don't think.
But here's the
She-
thing with Brittany Griner, dude. It's like she's had like scumbag shit happen with her in the past. Right?
So what's her history?
Like
I don't really
beating up
know.
her girlfriend or her fiance or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
She
I've
has this
heard
whole
that.
like
yeah.
anti-American thing. She hates this fucking country, all this other stuff. She didn't want to come up for the national anthem. She didn't think we should play it before games and stuff like that. So she's a fucking douchebag. That's the first part about Brittany Griner. She's a fucking asshole. That's her That's the first thing, right? Before anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This isn't like we're going and save Derek Carr. Brittany Griner's a fucking half a piece of shit. Let me just get that off my chest. She sucks. With that being said, objectively, do I think she should have got 9 years for? No, I don't. But that's the difference between America and other fucking psycho countries. Okay?
Yeah.
Because a psycho country would put you in jail for 9 months. 9 years for fucking, what did she have, like oil?
She had a vape pen.
A vape pen or something like that?
I mean,
she
but
also was advised not to go to Russia. She went there for the money. Know the fucking law. They don't operate in the same code that we do. Again, psycho country.
right.
You're in Psychoville with psychos. That's what Russia is. It's a fucking loony. It's Bizarro World. It's a fucking Looney Tuneville. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the punishment's fair. Obviously, it's not. Nobody should be in fucking jail for having a vape pen.
Right.
But I think it's hilarious how Brittany Griner does all this shit, talks all this shit about America, and now wants us to bail her out. And now, because you're a fucking moron, Brittany Griner, now we have to release some terrorist that was intent on killing American people.
So I mean, again, I don't want to get too political with it, but like, that was Putin's way of being like, yo, we got an American like celebrity that we can throw in fucking jail. Like that's how we're gonna get all our guys back. Like, cause he knew, like he is so weak right now.
Right.
Dude. Who's gonna fucking argue with him? Biden?
No, but exactly. No, that's not going to happen. But now Brittany Griner, again, because you're a fucking moron, now they're like a terrorist is free in the world again. Because that's who we have to give up to get your stupid ass back home.
I don't know if he was. So I'm not sure if he was specifically like he was an arms dealer, right? I don't know if he was like a terrorist plotting like against America.
I thought he'd read a couple, or he funded like terrorist organizations that were gonna make like that wanted to be violent towards America.
He might have. I mean,
that.
I think his thing was like he's like an arms dealer, so like he's like, look, you want my fucking my weapons? I got them. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I don't think he was specifically like aiding a cause or anything, but either way, he's a bad dude.
Right.
And it's kind of crazy that we swapped.
Like this guy has killed people.
Yeah. And is indirectly responsible for killing like hundreds, probably.
Sure, probably.
So I don't know. It's a little crazy. It's so funny when you just think about like it's actually laughable. You think about okay, this dude is what we're giving up, and we're getting back Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner.
Crazy.
Like it's a joke. It's all a joke. Again, do I think anybody should be in prison for like a vape pen? Fucking no. Obviously not.
No.
Let alone for 9 years. Obviously fucking not. But
they almost gave her the max. The max was 10 years.
Yeah, that's absurd. Yeah, but that's why you're a psycho country.
Right.
That's why you're a crazy person. Look at the kid who got fucking arrested in North Korea. That Otto Warmbier kid for what, like, I forget what he did. He ripped down a poster.
Death, yeah.
No, they sleep deprived him. They literally tortured that fucking poor kid.
I know, but no, I'm pretty sure he died because he slipped into a coma from like head trauma.
Did he? I thought
Yeah.
his brain just like ate itself because he was so sleep deprived.
Oh, I don't know. I thought they beat him to death.
I don't know what. Either way, it was inhumane garbage because they're pieces of shit too.
Right.
Obviously.
And that's literally what he did. He took a poster.
Yeah, like he took a poster off a wall, like, and it was like vandalism or something like that. Again, psycho country. That's what separates the United States from places like that. You know what I'm saying? So, moving on to the next thing, this Little League World Series thing. So we have Texas West or whatever playing Oklahoma, and Texas West pitcher throws a pitch up and in, clips the kid like in the earpiece, right above it. Batter for Oklahoma. Kid goes down. He's obviously shaken up naturally, but he's not hurt. He's not hurt. That's the thing. Not hurt. Makes his way down to first base. The Texas West pitcher, he's crying on the mound, whatever. He's all shaken up. Sure, he feels bad. Fine. Makes sense. Okay, obviously. You're not trying to hit anybody in the fucking dome. Like, I get it. Then the kid at first base, the Oklahoma base runner, throws the helmet aside, and then he runs out onto the field. Now he's hugging the kid. The kid's teammates are out there. Now the coach is out there. Now it's this whole big consolation thing. And I'm not going to lie, man. Again, I agree with what Portnoy said, man. It's like not needed to that extent in the middle of the game. Tip your cap to the, tip the little, like, helmet to the guy. It's all good. No problem. Like, we're good. Everything. And just take your base, bro. Like, that's fine. Talk to dude after the game. All I'm saying is do that shit after the game. It doesn't need to be this big. Like the over saturation of like how big of a sportsman can we be in this little league? Dude, like the fist bumping kids that just took you deep.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. That's ridiculous. And then everybody wonders like, oh, why are kids so sensitive these days and all this other shit? It's because of shit like that, dude. Like, it's just not needed till after the game. And mind you, if you played baseball, let's say you're playing first base and a guy rips a ball, double, whatever, or a hard single or a home run and everything, it's totally normal to like throw the guy like a nice piece when he's like jogging by. Totally fine. The fucking high fives to people for nice plays and fucking on the opposite team fist bumping people who just hit home runs. This other shit. Not needed, bro. I can't watch the Little League World Series anymore. I think it sucks. I really do. The second thing is the strike zone is absurdly big.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You're just taking the bat out of kids' hands and you're just not teaching them where they should be throwing the ball.
So I've never two things. First off, to your last point, I fucking hated in Little League how big the strike zone was. It was one of the reasons why I stopped playing, or I was deterred from playing baseball. Like, I played it when I was younger, and I played it probably like up until I was like 14. But like, I think one of the big things that just like turned me off to it when I was younger was like I knew what the strike zone was, and it just wasn't the same strike zone.
Kids
when I
that
would
are
go
that good that they're in the Little League World Series do not need fucking a foot and a half on
exactly
either side of the plate.
Exactly. It's like
up
what are
and
you
down.
what are you teaching me? It's like
No.
to swing at something that is a ball.
That's a ball.
That
Exactly.
yeah.
Or you're teaching me as a pitcher that I can get that strike call on
Right.
higher levels. You can't.
No, it's
You can't.
So I first off, I don't understand the point of having a big strike zone for little leaguers. I think
I
it's
don't
ridiculous.
understand, especially kids that good.
Yeah, it's like you already put the mound a third closer, so
if
it's
you're
like
if you're an intertown like Babe Ruth or whatever the B team or something like that, totally different. You want to like move the game along. I get it, because otherwise you'll otherwise I'm trying to pull up Portnoy's tweet here and what he said.
Well, look, but to the other point is, and this is what I haven't heard anybody really say this, is like, I get that the batter that like took time out of the game to like stop and like hug the pitcher, it's like, okay, it's not needed. It's like,
Let his coach do that. You
So-
don't have to do that.
So I agree, right? But can we talk about the fact that like it's the Little League World Series is on the line and like you're crying on the mound hysterically because you hit a kid? Like
Yeah,
that
like
that's
I
almost
get it
that-
more if the kid was hurt.
but
if you hit the kid in the face and busted his lip and he was really fucking hurt, I get
But
that.
the kid had like just jogged to the kid had gotten up and jogged to
The
first
kid was
base,
fine.
and the pitcher's like hysterically crying on the mound. Like, okay,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
kid, like to me, I'm more like upset at the fact that this athlete is like fucking bawling his eyes out on the mound because he like hit a batter. Like, you should be locked in. It's like, dude, next batter, game is on the fucking line.
Yeah, you
like,
got it, dude.
I gotta,
Like, we
and
get
he's
it. You
he's
didn't-
hysterically
no one
crying.
in the park thought you meant to hit the
Yeah.
kid. Again, if you hit the kid,
Yeah,
in the
who
fucking,
would have thought you meant to hit the kid? Like nobody.
thought that.
And
The
you're
other thing
just
is, like, it's-
hysterically crying.
And but it goes again. The batter wasn't even hurt. It's different if you hit the kid in the eye, the lip, the nose, or something, and really fucking hurt this kid, dude. You didn't. The kid was fine. All right. No one thought you meant it, bro. Like, so Portnoy says this isn't good sportsmanship. It's dumb. You got this kid on the ropes and he's rattled. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I agree too.
Kid's fucking rattled. You know what I mean? And at that point, dude, it's a 3-2 game, and Oklahoma's got the bases loaded with 2 outs.
Yeah,
And you
and
want to
this-
stop the game to have this moment?
to settle this kid down
You
because
could
he's
blow this thing
crying.
open.
Yeah,
This kid's rattled right now. And you're going over and like, and everybody's like, it's bigger than the game and everything like that. These kids
not.
worked their whole fucking life to get to this moment.
yeah.
This is the biggest
Wait, so
baseball most of these kids will ever play. To be
And so
honest
does
with
the
you.
pitcher calm down and get out of the inning?
I forget what actually happened. I forget what actually happened. I'm trying to think of what.
It's like, I don't know what I'd rather happen. Like, I kind of want the pitcher to lose just for being such a baby, and I want the other team to lose just for making such a stupid decision.
I want a sinkhole to open and swallow them both. 100%. Both
Like-
teams suck. I'm not. It's a joke. I completely agree with you.
Also, anybody who like comments that like, oh, like you're heartless, like this and that, those are people who like didn't play sports or like compete at like a high
1000%.
level. You know what I mean? Like
all
it's
over my face. That Facebook
Yeah.
post is all people who
those
like
are
just
all
didn't-
like the art. That's like, you know, I'm not gonna stereotype people, but those are not the people who like played sports or like are fiery competitors. Those are like the, you know, they're a different crowd of people.
But like you
so they don't
but
understand
again,
it.
everybody complains about today's kids these days. And it's like, dude, we don't need the whole sportsmanship spectacle every chance.
No, sportsmanship to me is after the game, you still shake hands and say good
1000%,
games, even if you
1000%,
lost, right?
1000%.
That's sportsmanship.
Be gracious in defeat. Yes,
Yeah.
that's sportsmanship. Give credit to guys that are, you know, good, you know, are good, that you recognize
Yeah,
are good players.
yeah.
that-
Don't bitch at the ref if you think you got a back. That's sportsmanship. It's
Right.
not hugging and consoling the other team so that they can perform at their best when they're emotionally rattled. You know what I mean? It's not.
Absolutely. There is no
crazy.
like and they know there's cameras watching, and that's the thing with social media nowadays. Now
Yeah.
they know everything is going to be it could become a viral moment at any time,
Yeah.
and it's just, dude, it's insufferable.
Well, that's what every year you get one of the videos of like one of the coaches, the little league coaches.
You're
like,
telling me if that game wasn't televised, that kid would have done that?
well, actually, I don't know. All right, so I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to say that he did it for the cameras because I think like some of the coaches do stuff for the cameras. I don't know if the kid necessarily did that for the cameras. I think it's one of those things where like it's literally just like I don't know. It speaks to the larger problem of like the pussification of society, but I don't know. You know what? Maybe the kid did do it for the cameras. Who the hell knows?
That's the thing.
Who
You'll
knows?
never-
He
you'll
could have.
never
I don't know.
because everybody.
He's-
What happens
he's
at the Little League World Series? Some kid says his favorite actor is Johnny Sins, and it goes viral, and that's the shining moment of the kid's life
Yeah.
on the little thing.
Right.
It's the same. You can't say that social media hasn't seeped its way into the Little League World Series.
No, it has. You watch those moments. There's one every year of like the coach after his team loses or he goes to the mound to talk
And
to
he
the
knows
pitcher.
he's mic'd
and
up.
he knows he's mic'd up. And he gives
1000%.
like the most like, it's like fucking Oscar worthy
Yeah,
like
100
speech. I love you guys.
I love you guys, man. Yeah, no, it's the same. But I'm talking about it's the same thing, bro.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
it is. Yeah.
Social media has ruined like the younger generation of people in general, but it's definitely seeped its way into the Little League World Series. And you're just an asshole if you don't, if you aren't, you know, if you're sitting there just like woefully ignorant to this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know Dave kind of tweeted that in like the partial sarcasm and jest, but the crux of what he's saying is right.
You know he truly believes that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. What was I gonna say? So yeah, that's my thought on the Little League World Series. I just think the quality of baseball is just like gone down with it. I don't know. It used to be funner back in the day, maybe because I was younger.
I think it was. I just think it generally was funner back in the day. They had less rules with the pitch counts and all the
Yup.
bullshit. You know what I mean? Like
Yup.
you could have a kid fucking, go a complete game and dominate.
Yup.
How many games do you see now that the game completely changes because they got to pull the kid in like the fifth or at
Well,
the
no,
top
that
or
kid
some point
last
in
year
the
didn't he
sixth?
throw
Yeah.
like 4 no hitters in the tournament or something like that. That lefty kid from like Colorado or some shit.
Oh no, some kids do throw complete games, but like it used to be an innings limit. Remember, it was how many innings you pitched, and then they changed it to a pitch count because it was 6 innings, so you could go in and pitch an entire game regardless of how
Right.
many pitches you threw. Now you have to be super efficient with your pitches, or else you're getting yanked.
Right. And then the other thing is like, so like somebody put it out like SNY, the Mets broadcast, put out like Kevin Pillar. Remember he got hit in the face last year by that kid Jacob Webb from the Nationals.
Yep.
Their first at bat the other night, or last year actually. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the date here. Just little cap tip, mutual acknowledgement between both guys, and on
Yeah.
with the at bat.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. It's all it needs to be.
Right.
That shit yesterday just pissed me off, bro. I don't. I think it's way overdone with the sportsmanship. How good of a sportsman we can be. Like, let's just be the best sportsman of all time, and like that's more of like it's like that's the focus.
I mean, to be honest, like if you're truly a fiery competitor, there's a cap on how good of a sportsman you could be. Like, because the fiery, you know what I mean. The most competitive people are never gonna stand there and smile and like when they lose and congratulate you.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like
Nope, exactly.
that's what makes a winner like a winner. Like
Yep.
because the thought of losing and the act of losing is so fucking intolerable. You can't even stomach it, right?
Right.
So like, it's when you push this level of sportsmanship, you're sacrificing
yeah,
the competitiveness of the game.
right.
So I don't know.
I completely agree. So, what else has happened in sports this week? Did we remember anything off the top of our head here?
I'm trying to think
trying to
anything
remember.
football.
Oh, where are you at with fantasy football and like your draft strategy now? Like, who are you avoiding? You
Who
play
am I-
fantasy football every year, right?
Yeah, I'm big into fantasy.
Okay,
So,
so me and you and me both.
my two big leagues.
Did you win anything last year?
I lost in the championship last year in my dynasty league.
So I lost in the championship. I still won money.
Yeah,
I lost in the championship and then I won another league.
nice.
So I had a good season.
Nice.
I made the playoffs in 4 out of 5 leagues.
There you go.
The one league I didn't make the playoffs in, I was like the second highest point scoring team in the league, and
yeah,
it was
and
just
it's bullshit. Yeah,
I had the highest points against. It
Yeah,
was just-
yeah.
It was what it was.
yeah. No, it's funny.
And the way I got bounced was, I don't know if you remember the game that fucking like Matthew Stafford, that Monday night game that he threw 2 passes to Van Jefferson.
yeah,
One of them was like a 55-yard touchdown. That's what lost me the game.
you're playing Van Jefferson or against Van
I'm
Jefferson.
playing against the guy I was
Right.
playing Van Jefferson. Yeah. Robert Woods was out at that time. He just blown his knee out. I can't complain too much. I won a game 2 years ago on that Kyler Murray to DeAndre Hopkins like triple team. Hail
Did
Mary.
you?
Yes, I had them both.
Wow.
Yep. I'm out on Kyler this year. Could tell you that much. Not drafting him.
So I've heard a lot of people say that. I don't know if I'm out on him. I don't know.
I'm out on Kyler. I'm still out on Joe Mixon. No
So,
thanks.
Can
I'm
I be
good.
Can I be honest?
Yep.
I'm warming up to Joe Mixon because of how fucking stupid Zach Taylor is and how much he tries to slow down and make this offense a run heavy offense. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. You have Joe Burrow. You went out and drafted weapons. You have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler. Like in you're slowing down the tempo, run first offense.
You have as balanced an offense as anybody in the league.
They're balanced, but like you should be skewing pass heavy.
Oh, I agree.
And they are like
But do you remember those great
up tempo.
those great Dallas Cowboy and Green Bay Packer offenses, where it was just like fantasy friendly everywhere. You could the running back was good, Zeke or Aaron Jones or whoever the fuck, right? And then there was like 2 receivers you could grab: Amari Cooper, fucking CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson. Like
Yes.
those days.
But I feel like they ran a little bit more of an up tempo offense. Like
I
the
agree.
Bengals, like they want to slow it down and they want to run it first,
Mhm.
and I just don't fucking understand it.
I'm big on Justin Herbert this year.
Yeah, I like him too.
I think this is the year I really try and snag Herbert, to be honest with you. Because
yeah.
I've been a Kyler Murray guy 2 years in a row, and I just can't. He's ineffective after week 7, 8.
So the problem that I'm starting to have with quarterbacks in fantasy football is like the running is just becoming so goddamn important that like guys like Herbert that I personally feel like will be like the best passing quarterbacks in the NFL this year. It's like what fantasy value can you place on them? Like if someone like Jalen Hurts or Tua starts like rushing for touchdowns and running for 30,
But
40
they
yards a
won't.
game.
They're not talented enough passers to really help you out. I'm out on Tua. I'm out on Jalen Hurts too.
I'm out on Jalen Hurts.
I'm out on Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown, maybe. I think he's kind of dainty. I'm out on DK Metcalf.
Yeah. Well, especially because they haven't signed Jimmy yet, right? They still got fucking what's his name?
Jimmy? Who's?
Oh, I figured they're gonna sign Jimmy G, but
You mean like? Okay, Seattle. I'm sorry. I thought
Seattle,
you were talking
yeah.
about San Francisco.
no, yeah,
I'm still big on Deebo Samuel.
yeah.
I'm still big on. I think Terry McLaurin's a little boomer bust. I'm sorry.
I don't like Terry at all this year.
I don't know that I love him this year. Carson Wentz, maybe.
I just
I
traded.
love Michael Pittman again, especially in PPR.
Yeah,
Especially in
he's gonna be
PPR.
a
That's
monster,
the guy.
Monster.
I think that offense is. Matt Ryan's exactly what they needed, like a stable, good B+ quarterback. Because Carson Wentz is fucking ass.
Yeah. Oh my
sorry.
god, so bad, so bad.
I think where are you with Nick Chubb? I'm going to tell you something about Nick Chubb. You tell me if I'm wrong. He is the most game script dependent running back in fantasy football. If they are losing, he doesn't see the ball.
He does it. Well, it also depends too, like if they actually bring Hunt back, because I don't know. Like Hunt's a guy you can rely on. I don't know if you can rely on Dearness Johnson or fucking Demetric Felton, right? Like I don't really know, but
Right.
I do. Here's a feeling I've had on Chubb for a while, and I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to put any bad juju out to any of my guys, but I feel like he is due for a big injury soon. I don't know why.
I
but
kind of
just
feel that. I hate to admit it, but I kind of feel it.
And for that reason, I'm terrified to touch him.
Really?
I think like someone like him, someone who's so big and like runs
But
with
then you
so
get
much
then you get
force.
somebody like Austin Eckler, who is a beast, but he's going to miss like 4 games a year. 4 games a year in fantasy is a fucking shit ton. It's a quarter of the season.
It's a ton.
It's a third of the season. I'm sorry, whatever it is, because you play what? No, well, yeah, it might be a quarter of the season because now it's like 13, 14 games. Running backs are interesting this year. Let me see. Can we get a fantasy football ranking up really quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Running back,
I think I already
or
got it.
whatever. Just do like ESPN will have it if you can pull it up really quick.
Yeah. So I will say my upcoming draft. This is I know I'm gonna have the 3rd pick, and I
got the 2nd and 3rd pick in 2 different PPR leagues.
Yes, full PPR,
both
right.
double keeper leagues.
Right.
So
actually, yeah, here. I'll pull it up right here. I get it on my phone. So, all right, who do you want to look at? What
go
position?
running backs first.
Running backs. All right. So, for running backs, if we just run through the top 10 real quick, we got Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan.
They have him
Taylor.
at 1.
Yeah. So this.
No, I'm so out on him.
I am
No
too.
fucking way is he 1.
So it's actually, to be honest, this should be switched because Jonathan Taylor is the consensus one. These are the fantasy footballers. They are.
Okay.
These are who I go by. This is their ultimate draft kick. Jonathan Taylor is in the number 2 slot, but he's
Okay.
technically their number 1 guy because 2 out of the 3 of them have him ranked number 1. So
Okay.
the other guy has him at number 2. So I don't know how that works. But so it should go Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Derrick Henry.
Eckler ahead of Henry?
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
he could be a PPR monster this year.
Eckler, I mean, he always is.
But then they just got rid of Justin Jackson, who was the most talented dude they had back there.
Right.
I
I
mean-
think they drafted a kid too.
They did Spiller.
Spiller,
Isaiah
right, or whatever.
Spiller.
Isn't it? Yep.
You got Joe Mixon at 5,
Crazy.
Dalvin Cook at 6, Alvin Kamara at 7.
People are sleeping on Dalvin and fucking Kamara.
I just traded for Kamara in Dynasty.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Would you give up for him?
So my trade was I got Alvin Kamara and Naheem Hines, who is my handcuff because I have Jonathan Taylor.
Mhm.
So now I got a 1-2 punch of Taylor and Kamara. But I got Kamara and Hines, and I gave up Antonio Gibson, DJ Chark, Dallas Goedert, and a 3rd round pick, which in Dynasty is like the last round pick.
Not a terrible trade.
Well,
I think
dude,
that kid got good assets.
he got good assets. He did get good assets, but I'm
I'm kind of out on Antonio Gibson.
I'm out on Antonio Gibson at this point. I've had him for his first 2 or 3 years, whatever it was, and he's fucking been ass. I'm out on Goddard this year. I think he regresses. I think there's too many mouths to feed. Like with AJ Brown, you still got Devontae Smith, and I just don't trust Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Um,
I completely forgot about Devontae Smith.
yeah,
Totally forgot about him.
yeah.
Wow.
So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna beef up the
And their
starting
running
lineup.
back is who? Oh,
Who? The Eagles?
Yeah.
They got Miles Sanders.
oh, right.
And they got
Miles.
that
another guy I'm out on.
Kenneth Gainwell. They got that kid too.
Yeah.
Boston Scott. They got a good little group, but their problem is you never know who's gonna dominate
Yep.
the touches there. They're like a Patriots committee fucking backfield.
The fact that that Najee Harris isn't higher on that list.
So Najee, they got Najee at number 8. So
I
they
think he deserves to be a little higher, especially since Big Ben's out of the way now.
So they have Najee as a potential bust pick for 2022.
Really?
So their explanation, they say, Harris's rookie campaign was all about pure volume, leading
was.
all RBs and touches and snaps on the field. The opportunity was glorious, but there are a few red flags heading into 2022. The team talked about easing his workload to ensure health and production. A new QB also brings an added variable, as we have no idea how they handle the offense. And they basically just can't, they say that.
I think Deontay Johnson's another surefire pick, by the way. I think he's one of the more underrated players in fantasy football.
I think he's made of glass.
Really? Why?
He is,
He's not
On-
hurt that much.
dude, go back and he is on the injury report every goddamn week. Every season he's missing a chunk of games. That dude is made of glass. He is so talented, but between the risk of his injury and a rookie quarterback, I'm out on him this year. I don't want anything
Where
to
are
do
you
with
on
him.
Kenny Pickett?
I actually really like Kenny Pickett. I think he will be good, but I don't think he's gonna step in and blaze the saddles his rookie year.
I'm interested about Dalvin this year. I'm actually, you know who I'm more interested about? Zeke.
Zeke, dude, he's like right at the point where I'm expecting him to get ready to fall off that cliff.
You think so?
I hope so. I got Tony Pollard.
Here.
But no, I don't know. Like he's kind of been trending downward the last few years. Like you know what I mean? Like
2 years ago, he was really good, and last year was the worst season he's ever had.
Even the year before that, I had him the year before that.
Really?
He was dog shit. Yeah, last 2 years he hasn't been great.
No shit, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just playing the trend.
I like
game.
Cam Akers coming back this year.
I got Cam Akers too. I love Cam Akers.
Do you really? You're a big Cam Akers guy here?
Yeah. My team is loaded with running backs. I call it the name of my dynasty team is Bell Cow Farms, and I'm Farmer J Fine.
That's kind of fucking hilarious.
I run Bell Cow Farms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny, yeah.
And yeah, no, Cam Akers. I think he comes back, and I hope Sean McVay sticks with his one running back strategy. He's not a
Henderson
committee
was
guy.
a good fill-in though. If you picked him up on free agency last year, he was a solid RB too.
He was great, but he can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field either.
Right. Yeah. No, that's another problem. Where do you draft Cordero Patterson?
I don't.
You know somebody's going to have to. The problem with a guy like that is you're going to have to take him in a spot you don't really think he should be drafted in. It happens every year.
I know. I don't like. Well, the problem is like he was so valuable last year because he was fucking killing it as a running back, and then the Falcons went out and they drafted like this dude Tyler Algier, and then I think they brought in another guy. I think they brought in like Damian Williams.
Did they really?
I think the guy that was in Chicago. Yeah. So like,
he was in Chicago. Right?
Yeah. So I'm like I don't know like how and now you got Marcus Mariota throwing the ball.
Speaking of Chicago, where are you on fucking David Montgomery? He was good for me last year.
I'm always going to be in on David Montgomery.
But he's also a guy I feel like that's missing like 4 games a year at this point.
No, so last year I think was like one of the first times he's had an injury problem, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's been because he's gotten injured before and he's usually pretty good at playing through it.
Is he really?
Yeah. He doesn't miss too many like he gets hurt, but he doesn't miss too many games.
Now, I also am big on Josh Jacobs this year.
Which is funny because a lot of people aren't.
I don't know why people don't like Josh Jacobs. I don't get it.
I think because everyone's so used to how he was used, like with fucking in the Gruden offense and like last year and shit. You know, like I don't know. I think McDaniel, like the thing that was telling to me is, did you watch the Hall of Fame game the other night?
No.
They started Josh Jacobs, and they fed him the ball on the first possession. Like he carried it like 10 times.
Did he really?
Yeah. Which I didn't understand. I'm like, that should be a game where like your second string guys are lucky if they see the field. Like it should be all like third string and guys like on the bubble, like in camp, right? Fucking feeding Josh Jacobs the whole first drive. Like, what's I don't know.
Right.
It either tells me, I don't know. It tells me maybe that McDaniels wants to get some work in and like see what he can do because he wants to like utilize him. But
where do you see Aaron Jones? Because
Aaron Jones is one of my favorite running backs. So the problem is I have the 3rd pick in the draft, and I can't take Aaron Jones with the 3rd pick, but I know that he won't be there in the second round when he could. But Aaron Jones, I think he's going to be a top 5, maybe even a top 3 running back this year. Mm-hmm. I do. I'm even contemplating taking him like at number 3, to be honest, which would be a fucking.
Is it weird that I don't want anyone off the Patriots offense?
No, not at all. I don't hate
maybe Hunter Henry
and
a late round Kendrick Bourne.
I was even going to say a late round Devontae Parker. He could be.
Oh yeah, I forgot
because he could be a big end zone target for them, right? He could scoop up a good like couple.
They have nothing. I'm sorry, but really quick about the Patriots. There's nothing exciting about this team.
You know that they have the highest paid tight end and wide receiver room in the league, and yet it's the probably least exciting in the league.
In terms of what you mean, like they're paying the most at skill positions, like offensively.
Between wide receiver and tight end, not even running back, goal line, quarterback, wide receiver and tight end. They have the highest spend in the league.
How is that even possible?
Because they signed Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry to massive contracts.
Jonnu Smith was a bad signing from what it looks like.
I still have hope that he could break out this year.
So do I.
But I think he's just a freak. He's a fucking freak.
Yeah.
And I think
reminds me of Aaron Hernandez.
Right. If we utilize him the right way and he's comfortable in the offense, I think he could be a beast.
I think so too.
I love Hunter Henry. I think he blew up last year.
I just think he's a concussion. He's a fucking stub toe away from his career.
Which was why I liked bringing Jonnu Smith in, because it was like I'd rather him over, those.
It just
bums
makes
they
it more
had.
obvious to me with each passing year that like the 2 years ago Bill's spending spree, I'm sorry. It doesn't look like it was worth it.
No, well, I mean, because Aguilar got a good deal. He got some money.
He's horrible.
He hasn't been good.
Kendrick Bourne's like, okay.
Kendrick
Pretty
Bourne
good.
hasn't been bad. Yeah, I actually really like Kendrick Bourne.
So do I.
I think the Kendrick Bourne, like Devontae Parker, with like Jacoby Myers in the slot is like a kind of a decent lineup. I don't hate that.
I don't know. Devontae Parker, you want to talk about made of glass?
He's
That guy's
made of
hurt every
glass.
fucking year.
But he's had a good camp. If he can stay healthy, I think he'll be good.
Right.
Big if.
Yeah, big if. We'll see what's up. What time is it? How long have we been going for?
Like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Go another 15 really quick.
Yeah.
Rat Capital Hour. So, quick little local note. So, you used to bounce at Capo.
I did, yeah.
What is it like bouncing in Southie as opposed to like you think it would be anywhere else? I'm curious.
It's interesting because
Like I can see kids being dickheads and then I can see like people not. I don't know, it's weird.
you got like, I would say like in some places, like you pretty much can generally like know what you're going to expect. In Southie, like you had everything. Like you had like the rich kids, like you had like the kids who like, were born and raised in the city. Like you had like fucking, the people who moved there for college. You had the people who grew up there their whole life. Like
It's
you
a
had
melting
everybody.
pot.
It was a
It's a
melting. You had
melting pot.
everybody. So
The pot's been melted.
like basically on any given night, you didn't really know what to expect, just
Mhm.
because like you could be dealing with anybody like in any like in any background. But to be honest, like at Capo, like it was pretty good. Like I mean, like I never had too many issues. Like I mean, like obviously, like we'd kick out people every night, and we had our
like
fair
I feel like it
share
would
of
just
shit.
be
Like
people being I don't think you would see many fights.
well, we did have fights, but
Right.
it was one of those things where like we were always so good about like fucking diffusing that shit like right as it's when it started, because we rolled deep. Like we had like fucking 8 or 10 dudes like
Oh,
on
really?
shift,
No
like you know what I mean. So like the second something happened, like 4 dudes like were just ready
Right.
to break that shit up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
especially down in the basement down there. Like
Do you think that's the most popular bar in Southie?
I do.
Really?
Yeah. The one thing that I think they need to do is so Lincoln next door. So they're all owned by Broadway Restaurant Group, right?
Right.
And Lincoln next door has the 2 a.m. liquor license,
Yeah.
but they're half the size, not even, maybe a third the size.
Right.
And they don't have the basement that Capo has, right?
Mhm.
They need to switch that. Capo needs to be the place open till 2 a.m., drinking, dancing, and then Lincoln needs to be but I kind of get why they do it, because it's like you wind the crowd down from Capo,
Yeah.
let them funnel out. A few people grab some last call drinks at Lincoln, and then
I think
you
Southie's still
diffuse.
such untapped potential. I think they're only going to refine that neighborhood more and more.
it's just gonna get more and more popular. Yeah,
I think at least, you know what
Seaport's crazy.
I mean? It is.
Yeah.
I think the Seaport's probably the biggest up and coming neighborhood in Boston. I think that's
mean,
going to end up being like the spot
Yeah. No, it
because
is.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I really do love Seaport.
I mean, it's almost unrecognizable compared to what it was like 5 years ago.
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's crazy.
It was that one building
Yeah.
that like Committee and Bobo were in and shit like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
Empire, and like that was it.
Yeah. And is that where they had like, was it ABG and like fucking that
I think
other,
so.
and that other, there was like the 2 fucking like divey rooftop bars that were like right next to each other. They were both like full buildings, like right in the
yeah,
water.
right.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no, it's Whiskey Priest.
Whiskey Priest and ABG, right?
Yeah, Atlantic Beer Garden.
Atlanta Bear Garden.
Yup,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Schwank joints.
Yeah.
Absolute
Oh,
schwank
yeah.
joints.
I blacked out at those places a couple
I've
of
never
times.
been in either of them, to be honest
No?
with you.
No,
Never
they
been
were
in either
actually
of them.
like, they were kind of fun places to go drink, because like they all had like multiple levels and they had like rooftops.
I heard
and,
people
like-
had fun at the Whiskey Priest. I heard it was cool.
I loved Whiskey Priest.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was good.
But I think that wraps. We got a pretty what do we have, like a 15-minute episode? A little bit shorter than we usually do,
Yeah, yeah.
which is totally fine.
Yeah.
I want to thank our sponsors again, Uplift Provisions Company.
Yeah.
Go check them out on Instagram at Uplift Provisions CO on IG, and then Sidelines in Salem, which is Sideline Salem, on IG as well. So both of our sponsors, thank you. Appreciate you guys this week. Next week, we're going to have something a little bit different variety-wise. We'll get a little more true crimey, a little more
Ooh.
local Boston lore-y, or Massachusetts lore-ish. And, yeah, that wraps episode 2 of season 2 of the Mass Appeal Pod. So, guys, I will see you. My name is Mark Lewis again. Jay Fine, producer.
Later.
We will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening.